Hi there, and welcome to my review of the P320 pistol. Before I get started, I'll show you that this is a safe weapon. All right, first thing I'm going to discuss, and I'll try and roll along at a good clip here. Obviously, this is a Wilson Combat lower grip module. It comes with a great grip module. Like this one, it has an abbreviated dust cover. This is actually the carry version. And I like that one a lot. However, it had an even longer beaver tail, and that would interfere with my draw stroke from a SLS holster Safariland. I prefer to usually use the ALS, but if I ever use the SLS for any reason, I didn't want that to happen. And I had other reasons to be attracted to the Wilson Combat grip module. One of which is the outstanding grip texture, front and back. By the way, if I should flag the camera, my head is actually not right behind the camera, so don't panic. And it's got great grip texture on the back where you need it. And all of it is very grippy without being harsh. It comes with a mag release that you have to install yourself, but it's an easy install. Anybody can do it. And the mags come flying out because they're metal mags, and it's a great mechanism inside to push those mags out with force, with authority. The bottom here you see is beveled. The outside you can see is flared. It's a great grip module for all purposes: duty, concealed carry, competition. It's an all-around great lower. Everyone who has it loves it that I've spoken to and heard talking about it amongst the gun tubers out there. You can see I'm running the Surefire light. Doesn't extend too far off the edge, but gives you a little standoff capability, which is ideal. It has this handy dandy back plate for lining up your instinctive shooting, for lining up your pistol, orienting it towards the A zone on a target. You can consult the videos by the boys over at GBRS, former DevGru guys, for some instruction on how to make use of that, actually. Now this is the LE Pro Edition, and I highly recommend the LE Pro Edition. It's a great, affordable, jack of all trades P320. It's great for LE. It's called LE for a reason, for law enforcement, and pro meaning professional, in reference to the professional slide cut for optics. As you can see, it comes cut for optics. And it comes with, the LE Pro Edition comes with the X-Ray 3 sights. It has this brilliant green front sight for daytime usage, and it has tritium vials to provide night sights for you. With this Romeo 2, which I'll review separately, the rears weren't even necessary because the Romeo 2 comes with its own rear sight. But I wanted the tritium, so I added the, when I bought the sights, I added the rear sight to it as well. Another feature of the, or I should say an attribute of the LE Pro Edition, is this flat face trigger. I prefer that. Not everybody does, but the LE Pro does come with that. But the advantage of this particular trigger, and one of the advantages of buying the LE Pro P320, is in, at least with my pistol, it has a very definite wall. It's very very definite. There's no slop, there's no mushy take up, there's no grit. Only the slightest amount of movement after you apply enough pressure to break the trigger, to break your shot. And that's a great advantage for a number of reasons. First, I'll show you the reset before I talk about that. You can watch that pull out. It's got a short reset. Not as short as some custom triggers, but great from the factory. All right, the advantage for this pistol over a lot of other offerings out there is this trigger. That's a very definite wall. So when you're executing your draw stroke, you're going to defend yourself, or you're going to draw down as a law enforcement officer, show me your hands, what have you. You can prep this trigger, and having a definite wall as a defender or a law enforcement officer is a big advantage, because you're going to make the decision to pull, but you're not going to have a lot of slop in there to confuse you as to actually where you are about to break a shot. You have to apply enough pressure with authority to send one. But there's no mushy sloppiness in there to confuse you about when you're about to break a shot, and that's vital. As you're presenting your pistol and you're prepping your trigger, it's great to have a defined wall right there. And when you're doing a follow-up shot, if the situation calls for it, and you're coming out to your reset, you're not only reacquiring your sights as you make your assessment to take that follow-up shot as part of your follow-through, but another part of your follow-through is prepping the trigger. And whether you're competing or defending yourself, having a clearly defined wall like that is a clear advantage in my book to this trigger. And it's hard to find, in my experience, with a viable duty pistol, a stock trigger from the factory that has a clearly defined wall like that. And this is one of the attractions for me to use this weapon more, is because of this outstanding trigger. Now, at about this point, I've talked about some of the attributes. I should probably talk about some of the issues that people have with carrying a 320. Alleged safety issues. You know, there's a lot of lawsuits floating around out there. Well, I'm going to roll in here a video I've already done on the P320 and on those lawsuits, and please have a look at that. So I'm not going to rehash that discussion here. But something you need to understand about the P320 is not everybody's on board with all of this, you know, people running around with their hair on fire about the safety issues alleged, so-called, with the P320. You've got a lot of law enforcement agencies still sticking to their P320s. And you've also got, you know, legit operators out there who prefer this over Glock and other offerings. And I would send you over to the boys at GBRS. They have a relationship with Sig now, but and I don't know about the timing of, you know, they're pushing. I shouldn't say pushing. They're recommending this pistol to other people that I have seen them do on their videos. And if you've seen the video where they convinced Mike Glover, a former Green Beret, to move from Glock to the P320. And Mike Glover has videos out there as well about that transition. There are legit men out there who choose the 320 even after all of this, you know, I could call it propaganda against the Sig P320. So something to consider. I do encourage you to look at that other video of mine to put you at ease if I succeed in that video in doing so, about these allegations out there about the P320 and alleged ongoing safety issues. Consider that a lot of people, and you know, people that who are in the know and who know how to use firearms and have used them in defense of this country, preferring the P320 unto this day. That's something to keep in mind. It's not an argument, because if it were an argument, it would be an appeal to authority, which is a logical fallacy. And so I'm not making an argument that you should do that. You should LARP after these you know, operators out there. I don't. But it's just something to consider. If there were really an issue with this pistol, those kinds of men would probably not not only be using these pistols themselves, but, you know, basically acting as evangelists, as it were, for the pistol, trying to convince other people to try them out and to use them and to carry them in defense of their lives and in duty roles. So that's it. I don't want this video to go on forever. I believe I've talked about everything I wanted to talk about. So thanks for watching, and watch for new videos on reviews of gear and pistols and other things and tactics. Thanks for watching.